Let's take a look at the narrative writing rubric first, and you're going to notice that this is how scholars are graded. They're going to be expected to write out the who, the what, the where, the when, and the why of their narrative writing. We're going to be looking for capitalization and punctuation, if their story and their narrative is on topic, if it's a small moment, and if it's something that has really happened to them, and then, of course, for handwriting. You're going to notice what the goals are here. We're really looking for scholars to be choosing a small moment and not something that is super big idea or a major event. At the bottom, there are also some ideas to help you to get practicing. All right, this is the planning page for the narrative writing. Scholars are going to be expected to write down who are the characters in their story, where did this take place, what happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end. This does not need to be full of a ton of details, super quick and easy, just to plan out their writing. This sheet is just here for final drafts or drafting. You can also use a sheet of binder paper. All right, I have 3 examples of narrative writing for you. These scholars are scholars that received all of their points when I graded them on their rubric. So the first one is, a long time ago, I was at Sunsplash with my mom, dad, Caleb, and Zoe. My dad, Caleb, and Zoe were in the kids' pool, and me and my mom were going on a big water slide ride. First, we pulled this tube up a huge flight of stairs. Next, we got to go to the top, and they weighed us. Next, we got on the tube and they said 1, 2, 3, go. We were whizzing off at top speed. Next on the ride, there was a big up thing. It was so scary. At the end, we got off. It was fantastic. All right, the second example here starts off with, at my basketball game, we were playing on a basketball court. At the basketball court, we were deciding when to play a basketball game. And then we finally decided when, and the time was 7:45 p.m. And when it was 7:45 p.m., I went to the basketball game. And it was fun because it was 7-5, and the 7 points was our team, and the 5 was the other team. And when we won, I was so surprised that my whole team did a group hug, and I did all of those shots except one. My other teammate did that point, but I got basketball cards from doing that, and we were the winners of that basketball game. For the third example, for my brother's birthday, my mom and I made cupcakes. First, we got the ingredients from the store. I made the mix. Mom put them in the oven, and then it was time to decorate the cupcakes. My mom helped me frost them. I still did a bad job. I did a good job sprinkling the sprinkles on the cupcakes. Finally, we sang happy birthday to my brother Cameron. Everyone liked the cupcakes. He is turning 12 years old. All right, hopefully you were able to notice there that all of those examples answer the question of who, what, where, when, and why. For the most part, many of them had great capitalization and punctuation, no convention errors, beside maybe 1 or 2, not more than that. They stayed on topic. It was a small moment for each of those examples, is something that actually happened to them, and I can read their writing no problem. Here's the editing checklist for the persuasive letter. You're going to notice that I really tried to break this down and make it very simple and easy for scholars to be able to check mark all the different parts to make sure that they have all the different pieces for their persuasive letter. 1 through 7 is pretty self-explanatory, and at the bottom there are some ideas to help you get practicing. And again, another note on that rubric, this rubric is really just to show you the expectations and the standards that are expected for 2nd grade. So if your child has all of these different pieces, then they are good to go. I'm going to go into a few different examples in just a moment. There are 2 different planning pages for the persuasive type of writing. This is the first page. We're looking for the opening sentence to be, I think that, or my opinion is, fill in that blank. For the first 2 reasons, they're thinking of 2 different separate reasons why they think the way that they do. This is the second page of the planning piece for the persuasive writing, and this is going to be part of their planning and starting to get ready for their draft. So they have the 3rd reason there at the top and then a closing sentence. So their closing sentence is going to be, I hope that you can agree with me that. This sheet is just for publishing or drafting and then publishing. You can also just use a piece of binder paper. All right, I'm about to show you 3 examples from scholars who earned all of their points on the rubric for these pieces of writing. Dear Mom, I'm writing to tell you that we should not do chores every day. My first reason is I should be reading. Also, I need time with you. Last, I need to let the dog out. I hope you can agree that we shouldn't have chores. Sincerely, and they wrote their name. Here is example number 2. Dear Daddy, I think we shouldn't have any chores. My first reason is I have no time to play games with you. My next reason is I have no time to read the library books. My last reason is I wouldn't have enough time for homework. I hope you will agree that we shouldn't have any chores. Sincerely, and they wrote their name. All right, here is the last and final example of persuasive writing. Dear Mom and Dad, I think I shouldn't have any chores because it takes away fun time. Another reason is you can play more with family. My last reason is I need a break from the day or week. I hope you can agree that I shouldn't have any chores. Sincerely, and they wrote their name. I hope that seeing these three examples made it easier for you to understand how all these scholars met the rubric requirements. All the scholars had an opening opinion for their letters. They had a body with 3 reasons for their opinion. They also had a closing. I hope you agree with me that. They had a signature at the bottom. All their conventions were right on target, and they spelled most or all of their words correctly.